Okay, Sherry, all the little red buttons on my screen are lighting up, and that means that we are live, which must mean it is Wednesday, another Wednesday, and we are into November already. Isn't that amazing?
I don't even know where last month went. I don't even. It's been
Oh,
crazy.
but I
And
tell
then
you
now
what,
the weather.
I do like this time of year in that the weather gets cooler because I like my turtlenecks, my warm clothing. But I tell you what, I looked out my back door this morning and I've got this kind of empty field behind me, and the fog was down there, just with the sun coming through the fog. It was beautiful just to look out my back window and see that beautiful, amazing landscape. My favorite time of year.
Is it really? So
I love the cooler
we
weather.
were down in Branson and we were driving there when I all of a
Oh,
sudden
I bet it's
realized
beautiful.
the leaves were changing color, which I hadn't really seen them here. And my birthday's the end of September. And I always swear, because my birthday's like 2 days after fall, I always swear the leaves start changing colors, but I didn't see it. And then all of a
Hmm.
sudden last weekend, it's Halloween weekend, and you're seeing the leaves are changing when we're driving down to Branson. We were like, I bet if we come back in a week, it would be even prettier.
Even prettier,
So,
yes.
yeah, I do love what I love about Kansas is that you guys have four. I always say you guys, and yet I've lived here, 31 years, but you have 4 seasons. You have spring, you have summer, you have fall, and you have winter. And when people say they hate the different seasons, I don't know. I think we have a whole nother topic that you need to enjoy the seasons. Because Alaska, we got winter, spring break, 1 day of summer, and then winter again. We better start our topic though. Today, our topic is going to be on accomplishments that we've had in our life, right? And so what we thought it was funny because we think we scheduled about 3 weeks ago. But anyway, what is it about being proud?
how how can you be proud and humble at the same time?
Yeah, so we get awards, or we get accomplishments, or things happen in our life where we get, what I call them, what, God moments, God taps. You said there were so many different things that we could call them. But we've been in a pandemic for the last year and a half. So with the pandemic, opened up a lot of opportunities. Oh, wait, you're saying opportunities? I don't know. I know I cried for the first 2 weeks when we went in lockdown, and I wasn't sure what to do. How did you respond when we went to lockdown?
I I immediately jumped in and thought, I know Zoom. I'm going to show people how to use Zoom. We
So
don't have
you
to
did that.
isolate.
You did that like day one.
Yep. First thing I thought of is I'm not going into isolation. I
See,
refuse to feel isolated.
I didn't even know we were gonna. Well, I guess we did go on Zoom. So right away, you seen the opportunity of learning Zoom, and I seen the opportunity of helping as many small to mid-sized businesses. And so you went out and you started training people on Zoom. And if you didn't know it, YouTube is your best friend. And you always tell me that we can push buttons. I don't even understand that, Terry Ann. You always like, oh, I'll just push a few buttons. I'm like, Terry Ann, what if it messes up? You're like, oh, I'll just unmess it up. I'm like, what, Terry Ann? You actually
we just
find
push
it
different
a challenge, huh?
We just push different buttons when it messes up.
So I think it took me about 2 weeks before I finally picked myself up, and I was praying and meditating. And I go, I'm going to go help as many small to mid-sized businesses because, I do business coaching and consulting. So anyway, maybe we should introduce ourselves, Terry Ann. We're sort of jumping around this morning. Go ahead, Terry Ann. You introduce yourself first.
Oh, let's see. Who am I? Oh, yes, that's right. I am Terry Ann Porter, life coach, TA. It is time to defeat those lies of negative self talk by changing your perspective, exploring new possibilities, noticing new pathways opening onto which you can choose to proceed in truth. And as always, my co-host, the ever charismatic Sherry Berger.
Good morning. Good morning. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Sherry Berger, and I'm the owner of Here to There Consulting. And we educate business owners with those tools to balance life, business, and finances. Because if we don't have those all in line, we can't have success, leadership, and growth. So I'm always looking for those businesses and people that want to grow in their life and their business. So welcome, welcome. And yes, today we are talking about, let me get the terminology right. Tell me what it is, Terry Ann.
Being proud and humble at the same time.
So being proud and humble at the same time. I think I told Terry Ann, being proud is not, I'm proud of you. Did you get told that a lot growing up?
It's been so long ago. I don't remember. I'm sure I did.
See, and that's not something, right? You got told, oh, you think you're better than somebody else. Oh, now you did this. So now, right? So now you think you're better. And I think being proud is something that we really need to do, but we also need to be humble in the way we're doing it. So recently, I told you, 2 weeks into this pandemic, I cried. I was praying, what should I do? And I went and helped as many businesses. And Terry Ann, amazing Terry Ann, with her technology background and how great she is, she's seen a need that needed to be filled and started helping everybody with Zoom. Do you know what? When you go into a crisis and you worry about other people, it takes the focus off. What is it called? You say we can change our perspective, or do your 4 Ps. Come on.
Change your perspective. Explore the new possibilities. See those new pathways that are opening, and then choose which one onto which you will proceed.
And when you do that in a crisis mode, right? There were so many opportunities through this pandemic. And if you're doing it with the right heart, I think I made a post about that yesterday. If you have the heart and your heart's into something, do you know how successful you can be? So I went out trying to help as many businesses as possible last year. And I didn't even know if I was making a dent in the Kansas area. Oh, wait, I was helping Missouri too, but let's not talk about that. You're over there. And so I didn't even know if I was making a dent, right? And you went out trying to help everybody learn Zoom and Toastmasters. And I was telling some of my clients, oh, don't worry, I have a friend who's a Zoom master. Go watch the Zoom. And I think more people need to go through your Zoom training. Aren't you having Zoom training right now?
I did one for Toastmasters about 2 weeks ago.
And did you put it on your YouTube?
That one Toastmasters put on their YouTube. When this all happened, I immediately made several training videos and put it on my own YouTube. And then I told the Toastmasters district, by the way, I've done this if you guys want to use it. I did have a couple of churches contact me. Hey, this is that they did watch the ones that I did on my own YouTube, and that they were immediately going to use it, especially for their elderly congregation, to help them not to feel isolated and to keep them included.
So was it just geared to Toastmasters, or it was geared to the whole community?
When I first started, it was community-wide. Now, I did spend a lot of time dedicated to Toastmasters and helping the district.
So the videos I've seen with your YouTube was geared to Toastmasters. So yeah. I guess you also have them out there that are geared to.
Mm-hmm.
And
when I first started out, I started out just in general.
Wow. And see, that's exactly, well, actually, I was doing videos when 2019 hit. Matter of fact, Terry Ann thought I had jammies on one morning when I had a nice pink, fluffy, warm jacket because it was winter.
And it was 8:00 in the morning.
But it's not even. It was, what do you want to call it? Sweatshirt type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 8 a.m, cold, and I had my coffee and sweater on. Come on now. I don't know about you in the wintertime. That's what we got to do, hunker on down. So, and it was a snow day. But more importantly, I was doing all those videos, and then I had to pivot And I haven't really done a lot of videos on Kansas City Inspired Coffee with Sherry because I got too busy doing one-on-ones with Zoom, doing 7-day challenges, putting masterminds together, doing a lot of things I needed to do to pivot for the thing. And I always say, God's watching you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, Kansas is watching you. Oh, wait, Toastmasters District 22, the best district, by the way. If you don't belong to Toastmasters, come join us. My club's the better club, but let's not even talk about that. I like how now they're saying Table Topics has Toastmaster of the Year that belongs to them. I've seen them actually.
Tower Talkers?
Tower
You
Talkers.
mean Tower Talkers, club number 392? Yes, they are now
claiming to fame that they have the Toastmaster of the Year.
What can I say?
I don't know. Blue Jacket is Toastmaster where the action is. So yeah, Terry Ann has been working countless hours, exhaustion, yes, trying to get everybody to do Zoom, and she was Zoom master for I don't even know. But Blue Jacket, we were trying to figure it out as we were going, and I don't know. Terry Ann was out helping our advanced club, our districts, who all did you help? I don't know if they breathed. And they said, I'm a Toastmaster.
If anybody asked, I said, what do you want to know? How can I help you? And if I don't know, I'm going to go find out.
Did you ever sleep?
I got a few minutes in there.
So then she one day was going, Sherry, I really got to step down. I can't even breathe. I don't even know what I'm going to do, Sherry. And of course, we started this up. This is our 60th episode?
Oh my gosh, yes it is.
Yeah, so we started this up 60 weeks ago. That's just crazy. So we started this up because Terry Ann had extra time and didn't know what to do with it. So anyway, and then what happened to you, Terry Ann? Well, you went on vacation. And while you were on vacation, you decided to skip out on the Toastmaster meeting. I think it might have been.
I skipped out on probably my first event in quite some time.
In 60 weeks?
Only while we were gone, I kept receiving these text messages with congratulations to find out, yes, District 22 did honor me, and it is an honor. Honored me with the Toastmaster of the Year award.
So do you have it with you?
Do I have it with me? Well, I have this one right here that I get to keep.
That's important.
Now, the big one, I have personalized it. So it's not going to look quite the way it does otherwise. This, I will take away the tie for a minute. This is the big award. The tie on it.
Pick it up. We want to see it.
I don't even know if I can. Oh my goodness. Well, just a minute. Here, let me, I don't know how to take that off. All right, let's see if I can do this.
Don't take the tie off. But I know you put a bear in it. So yeah, we go out.
This is the 51st year.
We go out and find the rock stars in Toastmasters District 22, and we nominate them to be Toastmaster of the Year. So Terry Ann was on vacation, and she had to text me about this. And so, of course, I had to pick up the phone, and I'm like, no kidding, you won District 22 Toastmaster of the Year. Anyway, congratulations. That's a big, huge accomplishment in Toastmasters. So,
isn't it nice when we work so hard for something without the intent of any kind of glory? Sometimes, just simple thank you. Just tell me thank you. But isn't it nice, though, and I'm sure with the award that you're Kansas Women's Business Advocate of the Year.
Yeah, I haven't brought my award. I have it, but I haven't showed it. But yeah.
Go ahead and show that in just a moment, because isn't it nice when you do something for no other reason than just to help? To have someone say thank you. Even if it is with let me see your plaque. Show us. I know you've got it there in front of you.
God winks, though, right? That's when every once in a while God gives us God winks, right? Mm-hmm. So we get a plaque or we get a Toastmaster of the Year, a big deal like that. And those are God winks.
Mm-hmm.
But what about the times, right? What about the times that you go lose 50 pounds and you work your butt off and you get a star from Weight Watchers or you get a ribbon, right? Or Toastmasters, we give big speeches and we go to speech contests and we win awards. And those are just as important. Have you won a speech contest award?
I did at the area level.
See, and I've never competed at that, but I want to. And I need to put it as part of my plan. But how do we be? I mean, we make a plan. We win an award because maybe that's what we're going after. You got Toastmaster of the Year. You weren't going after that. I got the Kansas Businesswoman Advocate of the Year. Yeah.
Show it. Come on. I know it's on your desk.
It is this time. I won it, 2 weeks ago? And last week, I just didn't show anybody it. But it's a pretty big deal. And actually, I'll be honest, I didn't even know this award was out in Kansas. And so they don't just nominate Kansas City Business Advocate of the Year. We had an entrepreneur. What did he win? Young Entrepreneur of the Year. He was 11 years old. They acknowledged him. We had minorities in here. We have big companies in here. This is a huge deal. And the governor of Kansas gives it to each person that's been nominated. And just being nominated, which, I got nominated 8 or 9 months ago, was a huge deal to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I realized I went with that yin and yang, though. When I won this, I told somebody, I don't want to be arrogant. I won a big award. I mean, that's great. And I also knew, I don't know, I was scared to, I don't even know what I thought. And I'm like, I don't want to be arrogant. And somebody's like, you're not going to be arrogant because you're not an arrogant person. And I said, really? So you don't think that we could accidentally become arrogant? Don't tell me you're not going to be arrogant because you're not an arrogant person. Because I thought, well, you can let those awards go to your head and become arrogant, especially when I call them God winks that just, I don't want to say our awards fell from the sky, but they fell. It wasn't like why we did it.
Right.
And there's times that I have lost 87 pounds because I wanted the little medallion. You just didn't you do a walk, or you were going to sign up for a walk to win a medallion?
I do virtual walks. If I like the medallion, I'll sign up for the virtual walk because I want that medallion. Yes.
Exactly.
And I will do the walk. And
you do the walk, but I still think you earn that medallion. And so I think the little kid in us needs to stop and breathe. And, have you ever had the person tell you that dress looks real nice on you? And you go, I don't know, it's an old dress. I got it at Savers. It's not a big deal. And I actually told somebody when they were telling me congratulations on my award. And I said, yeah, well, I didn't do this to get an award. They go, you're sounding arrogant. I go, what do you mean? How am I sounding arrogant? Well, how belittling is that to the people that are trying to say, congratulations, Terry Ann, you won District 22 award. That's a huge deal. And the next person that comes after you, it's going to be a huge deal. And by the way, you get paid big bucks doing that, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
$0.00.
Twice as much. I got twice as much there as I do doing this show.
3. It's times 3. $0.00 times 3. But is there a time? I don't want to take up all the time with the audience. So I want to ask, good morning, and I'm glad to see people on here. Are there times that you've struggled with an accomplishment? I got a bachelor's degree. I remember I was the first college graduate in my family. And then I was worried about, wanting to hide it under a bushel, not letting it shine, to not make other people feel bad. But wait a minute, I'm the first college graduate. And being proud of that is okay. Now, being arrogant about it is not. But is there times that other people have struggled with that, in our community that are on here this morning? Because we would love to hear from you guys.
And while you're typing that into the comments, I think part of that is the intent of the heart. The intent, and which can be misinterpreted by other people. Excuse me. That's their issue. But the intent of the heart, if you say to me, well, I just got this award, what is the intent of your heart? To share something with me as your friend, or to say, hey, look what I just did, but you can't top that. Mm-hmm. So I think the intent of the heart is really where it all starts. And that's where it can go over to being arrogant. The intent of your heart, just that little bit of air. You need that one little, just like you need one little mustard seed of faith, one little mustard seed of temptation can grow as well. And the temptation to be arrogant. So which seed do you feed? And if you feed that, it can grow. And then the response of other people. Remember that they are also speaking. Are they speaking out of their heart in love or in their own pain? So it all depends. It all starts in the heart. The receiving, the accepting, the talking about it, the sharing the good news with someone else.
And that's true. Good morning, ladies. Being arrogant is not the Christ way, but being humble is more Christ. But you don't realize, like, if you're belittling that you got an award or a degree or whatever it is, that's being arrogant too. So I don't know. We both just won you won District 22 Leadership Award. Kansas Business Women Advocate of the Year is a leadership award. And to be a leader, what kind of leader as Christ should you be? A servant leader. And I think we both won our awards out of servant hearts. Mm-hmm. But to make sure that you stay in that servant heart mindset. Like, not doing it so that you can get an award or be better than somebody, but what is your motivation? Right? Just like people will get jealous. If you lose weight, people will sometimes get jealous of you. And like I said, I love it when you go to Weight Watchers, or I don't care what program you use, but you get little, would you say you do those walks to get little medallions? And if you get little stars, and because I say it's the little girl in us, little guy in us, whatever it is, you love those little rewards. And we talked about that when you set SMART goals, to have those little rewards.
I'll tell you a fun thing about little rewards and thinking, we get the little stars and stuff when we're kids, and what they mean to us. I led a small group for several years, and I was trying to get everybody to remember to bring their notebooks. And there were 3 teachers in this group, actually. And somebody said, yeah, we ought to just give us stars. Well, it was said as a joke. But at the next meeting, I had a sheet full of gold stars. And said, okay, who brought their books today? You get a gold star. Well, then it got to be fun. It got to be when they walked in, hey, I brought my book. Where's my star? I remember one day a guy came in. He said, I have had such a rough week. I think I've earned 2 stars this week. You're right. I think you have. Here's 2 gold stars. Simple little ways to celebrate even small successes. So what can you do to celebrate no matter your successes? We talked about goals last month. And we talked about celebrating. How do you celebrate? Give yourself a gold star. It's almost as good as wearing a princess crown.
Well, and to stop and, acknowledge accomplishments. If they're big, they're little. Of course, put them on your resume and, make a deal about them. But more importantly, stop, breathe, and acknowledge when somebody says, "Congratulations, Terry Ann." And I'm just going to tell you, I know a bunch of people that won District 22 Year of the Award, and none of them were arrogant. They were all servant leaders. They were all, like I always tease, and it's true, right? We join Toastmasters because what's in it for us? We stay in Toastmasters when we finally drink the Kool-Aid, so to speak, because what's in it for others? We're very other driven. That's something Toastmasters definitely teaches people, and not to try to sell Toastmasters, but yeah, I am selling Toastmasters because it's been a great accomplishment to have that for leadership. And so we're taught as adults, right? You know how you go through Boy Scouts or Girl Scouts and you have your little mottos? We are taught in District 22 and Toastmasters in general to be a servant leader, to help others. So the more you help others achieve their goals, you achieve your goals. That's how Toastmasters is set up. But what if we set up all the programs that way, right? And I know I've been through Weight Watchers to lose weight, and I keep talking about it just because it's a program I know. And that's what we do, is we share recipes and encourage other people to come along their journeys.
Oh, I love this. If your heart is of gratitude and appreciation, arrogance cannot take hold. It starts in the heart. And I was thinking, when we were talking before we went on live, we were talking about if you dismiss it, oh, it's not that big a deal. You are also dismissing any past and any future recipients of that. And I'm sure that's not the heart intent. So again, it's a change of perspective.
And you're also disregarding the person that just said, congratulations. I mean, it's the same thing with, I don't know about you, but I never liked it when somebody, compliments are hard to take sometimes. So somebody says that you look pretty today or you're dressed, just to say thank you, but not twirl. Well, maybe you should twirl around. Maybe you have your princess crown on.
Well, you've got the crown on.
It depends on your audience. But the point is to maybe not, but to say thank you. And then we just had just be thankful and thank God for his faithfulness. He just listened to had just listened to a YouTube message where God bless you. Keep your mouth shut.
So just learn to say thank you. 2 simple words that are often very hard to say.
And
thank
to
you.
learn.
I appreciate that you noticed.
To learn, you just won an award, Terry Ann. People are watching you. You're actually an example of what a leader is in Toastmasters now. So everybody's going to go, who's Terry Ann? So to realize that with those accomplishments or awards come responsibility, because I think that was part of my overwhelm, as I was like, she won the Kansas Business Women Advocate of the Year. Oh my goodness. People have been watching me. And then I go, oh my goodness. People are watching me. Oh, wait, God's always watching you. But it's more going, am I being a good example of what a woman leader in Kansas City or in general should be? What kind of example are you being for District 22, Terry Ann? So to take it as also a responsibility, not just an accomplishment. Same thing with if you lose weight through Weight Watchers. People are watching you, other Weight Watcher people that want to lose weight. And so if you won 100, lost 100 pounds or 87, people are looking at you. And then your children are looking at you. Your spouse is looking at you. Your friends are. So to realize that as you're going along in your journey, that some of it is about living out your testimony, but some of it is about people are watching you as a leader. So my big challenge for this week is to go find those accomplishments that you want to get done and do. If you got to give yourself gold stars, or you need to get some accountability people to come along the way. And it's okay to be a leader, but it's also okay to be a follower. And when you're a leader, remember to lead with a servant heart, right? Because that's when people will follow you. But anyway, next week, I think we're going to talk a little bit more about goal setting. What were we going to talk about, Terry Ann? More like?
Well, talking about goals and celebrating the accomplishments of our goals.
Yeah,
We'll continue on that.
Yeah, we're going to go a little deeper next week on that. So it'll be a surprise, but come next week. And I want to make sure I tell Terry Ann, congratulations on District 22 Toastmaster of the Year. Everybody give a round of applause for Terry Ann.
And congratulations, Sherry, for the Kansas Women's Business Advocate of the Year. And just as a final word, we were talking about being the leaders and following. Remember, you can also lead from inside the crowd. People are always watching you. Give yourself a gold star this week. If you come back next week, I may have a gold star for you. You never know.
So go figure out what you can accomplish this week. Have a good one, guys. Make it a great day. Bye.
Make it great. Bye.